Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing today? We're doing another couch talk. This is our second episode and I'm just happy to talk to y'all. I did this story time on TikTok and I'm like, let me tell my YouTube family about this story time because this is really a good story, y'all. And as I was telling the story, I actually forgot about the story. And then as I was telling the story, I'm like, dang, I really went through it this time in my life. So I'm like, let me share this little story. So get comfortable, get y'all drinks, get y'all popcorn, whatever y'all do. You know, you just listening anyway. So if you got something to do, just turn me on, let me talk, and y'all just sit there and chill. Let's get into the video. Straight up. Okay, y'all, I just want to start off by saying how in the last story time couch talk, my face looked so oily. I tell y'all in the vlog all the time that I got oily skin. Like, I even tested out my skin. I started it about a couple weeks ago. I started just not putting any product on there just to see. I just need to learn my skin, basically. So I'm trying to learn my skin. I don't really know what I should actually use on my face, and I just use what I see that other people use, and I try it out. I don't know if it's doing, like, my face I don't have breakouts a lot. I don't have like big acne issues, so like I don't really know if it's working for my face, if you know what I mean. So like, anyways, I said that to say, like, my face really oily. Like, I stopped using I would just wash my face and I wouldn't put no moisturizer, no toner, nothing on my face, and my face would get so oily. And I feel like the products that I was using was like closing up my pores. I don't know, this is just my own thoughts. I just felt like it was closing up my pores because my skin is so oily. It's gonna create a natural oil anyway. So it felt like the products that I was using was like clogging up my pores. I don't know, but yeah, anyways, the last couch talk, my face was so oily and it was so annoying because I couldn't really tell on camera. Like, I could see myself, but I couldn't really see how oily my face was. So I tried my best to make sure it was not oily today. It looks oily, but I have nothing on my face, y'all. Literally nothing. No makeup on, nothing. So let's get into the video, y'all. This is a story time. If you already seen, I know you already seen the title, but this is a story time on how I lost my job. I'm trying to think of the order. No, my whole family went to jail. I lost my job. I got into a car accident, and I lost my house all in 1 week. I think that was it. All in 1 week. This all happened in 1 week, y'all. And on TikTok, I had to do it in bits and pieces because it's TikTok. You can't create long old videos. So I was like, let me get on my YouTube and tell my YouTube family. So anyways, y'all, let's get into the juicy details. So this was about 2000, I must say like 14, 15. I'm trying to think of how old I was. I think, no, not 14, 15. Yeah, like 14, 15. 2014, 15. Between 2014 and 2016, I would say. Definitely before 2016 because I was in cosmetology school at the time. So around 2014, 2015. And I was a janitor at General Motors Technical Center, GM Technical Center. I was a janitor at that car, like, whatever, y'all know what I'm trying to say. So I was a janitor there, whatever, and I was literally already on my last strike. Like, I was always not doing what I was supposed to do there, like, because who want to be a janitor? Like, who want to clean toilets and kitchens and all of that crap? So I barely did my work as it was. Excuse me. And let me tell y'all, I keep forgetting to have my wine. Like, this story time came out of nowhere, so I wasn't prepared for it. And plus, my husband been home. He ain't go to work practically in a week. So I was like, he just went to work for the first time today, but he ain't gonna be off for another 3 days. So I'm like, let me get this video out because he's home at night, and I don't like doing videos when he's here anyway. So yeah, I'm like, let me get this out. So next time I'm gonna have my glass of wine. So yeah, be prepared. But anyways, so yeah, I went to work today. I was on my last strike. I had already been suspended for 30 days. I was suspended for 3 days. I was been suspended for 30 days. And I think I might have been suspended for 2 weeks before too. Because I never used to really do my work. I would like leave. It was so easy to get over at this job. Like that's where me and my best friend met. I met her at this job. And we've been best friends for like going on 10 years now. So it's like, it's been about, so it's like 2013, 2014. Or whatever, 14, 15. It's going on 10 years since we've been friends. And it was easy to get over on this job. Like, we would leave, clock ourselves. You could clock out from your phone type junk. So, or you would have a friend clock you out. So we'd leave in the middle of the day. All type of shit, y'all. It was very easy to get down on this job. But once you got fired, that was it. And they do bring some people back. But anyways, this particular day, my mama, so I had this number call me. I was at work. I had this number call me. I just clocked in. Sometimes I'll go clock in and go back to sleep in my car. And this number had kept calling me. So I answered the phone. And they basically tell me, like, your mama and your brother and your auntie just went to jail. And I'm like, what? So I go to my car. And I'm in my car. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Now, all of my family was in West Virginia at the time. My brother lived there. And then my mom and my auntie used to visit. So they was all in West Virginia at the time or whatever. And what happened? So I kept trying to, get some information. I've never been to West Virginia. I don't know nobody down there. I don't know none of the people they be with. None of that. So, and my brother's baby mama went to jail. She was pregnant. Oh, now my camera finna die. Get out of here. Okay, y'all. I had to let my battery charge up a little bit at least. I don't even know how much it's charged, so hopefully I don't have to rush through this video because I really want y'all to get this tea. So anyways, like I said, I think I left off at, I was working as a janitor and they called me or whatever. So I was sitting in the car, so I was trying to figure out, yeah, that's where I left off at. I was trying to figure out, what was going on. And, I was ended up sitting in the car because I was a little sad about it. My whole family just went to jail, so I was a little sad. So I was going back in the building to clock in. And I can hear the supervisor talking to 2 girls or whatever, asking them to clean up my area. Now, prior to that, like, if you don't clean up your area, it's very rare that the supervisor is gonna come check and see if you cleaned up your area. They really won't ever know. Like, they won't ever know. So anyways, unless like a morning shift complaint, I had night shift, which was 3 p.m. to 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And they won't know unless morning shift complains. So anyways, I go in and I hear 2 girls talking to the supervisor, and he basically asking them to stay for overtime to clean up my area. And I'm like, oh shit, my heart was racing, y'all. And they was like, yeah, she ain't cleaned up, blah, blah, whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. Like, if I get in trouble, it is what it is. Not thinking they gonna fire me, y'all. So I go to work the next day. Immediately calls me to the supervisor office. Long story ended short, I got fired. Not suspended, I got terminated. So whatever. I went home. I wasn't tripping. Let me just tell y'all, the faith that I have in the Lord, I'm telling you, like, I am the biggest positive person you will ever meet. Like, I don't think of anything being in a negative way. I don't care what it is. If it's something you thinking, don't put that in the atmosphere. That's what I say. Like, anything negative. So even when I lost my job, y'all, I wasn't sad. I didn't cry. I was just like, God got something better for me. Mind y'all, this was my first real job that I actually been at for a long time. Like, prior to that, I know y'all remember, like, what you call those jobs, temp services. I went through a lot of temp services to get jobs, and I didn't last. I was a temp, so it didn't last. This was the first job that I was at, and I was there for like, I think I might have been there over a year. I think, matter of fact, I was getting hired in 3 days later. I was a temp up until 3 days prior to me getting fired. So anyways, I wasn't tripping. So So mind you, this is all in 1 week that this is happening. So let me give y'all a little backstory. I was living in this apartment complex over there on Chicago and Myers in Detroit, Michigan. And I never forget this place, y'all. It was the perfect, what helped me find this place? I wonder how I found this place. I do not remember how I found this place. But anyways, the rent was $400. It was a nice apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It wasn't no studio. You had like a kitchen, you had a living room and dining room, then you had your 1 bedroom, your 1 bathroom. And $400 a month. That was really good back in the day. And that's kind of, normal for that era of time. So anyways, I was living there. It was cool or whatever. Then suddenly the sewer, we had like a sewer problem. So like you couldn't take a bath or a shower. Like it was real janky. Something was going on with it. Ended up now I'm going to be kind of all over the place just so y'all can understand the backstory of these stories. So anyways, the owners, we was calling them. It wasn't just my apartment. It was a bunch of people's apartments. So we was calling the owners, whatever. Long story short, that owner ended up selling the building to somebody else. And I think he got sold like 2 or 3 times actually while I was living there. I had got a new lease at my door every couple of weeks or something, like every couple of months or something like that. And I think I only had lived there 6 months prior to this starting to happen. I don't really remember, but I really want to know how I got that apartment. I'll think about that later. Anyways, so we got a new management at this time. So he was telling us he was working on it and fixing it. He was coming every day trying to figure out what's going on with the sewer. In the meantime, I was going back and forth to friends' house, family's house to take a shower because I couldn't use the bathroom in the house. You couldn't even. I don't think you could use the toilet. You couldn't even use the toilet in the house. So it was just disgusting, y'all. Oh, it was disgusting just thinking back. Anyways, so that was the backstory on that. So of course I needed to move from there. I passed the jail part, the house part, the apartment part, job part. Okay, cool. So I'm just trying to get everything. I'm trying to go in the order of everything happening. So that was backstory on my apartment where I stayed and why I needed to move. Fast forward back to when I lost my job. The next day, I get into a car accident, y'all. I'm driving and I'm in the right lane to turn right. And it's a work truck. It's a truck that drives for, let's say, the grocery store or something. I don't know what he actually drove for, but he drove for a company. He was in the middle lane. So if he's in the middle lane, he either has to go straight or he has to go to the next middle to turn. It was a 3-lane. Yep, it was a 3-lane street. So yeah. Anywho, as I'm driving, about to make my turn, he's turning the same way as me, and he's smashing my car like he's still going, just smashing my car on the driver's side, smashing my car, smashing. And I'm blowing my horn, and I'm stopping my car, and then he finally, I guess, realized that he's hitting me. I guess because it's not a semi truck, but it got like, it's like one of those big trucks. I can't really explain it. Maybe I can put it on the screen. I don't know. But anyways, it's one of those kind of trucks. So he finally stopped the car, and I'm thinking he about to pull off, but he bags up, get out, and he see all the damages to my car. So I'm like, dude, I'm in the turning lane trying to turn right. He was in the wrong, and he was, he was apologetic, and so I got to start recording his company car and everything. I'm finna get on the phone, call his company. He begged me not to call his company. He asked me could he pay for it in full out of pocket. Like I cannot remember, but he definitely showed me either where he worked or something just to assure me that he would pay for it, long story short. And back then, it was so hard. Y'all heard me say this was my first real job. It was so hard for people to keep jobs, let alone get a job. So I was not in the business of letting a black man lose their job. Like, if you're willing to pay for the damages or whatever the case may be to keep your job, I'm okay with that. And so he did. He lived up to what he said he was going to do. He showed me, I think, his job or his house, something, to assure me that he was going to pay. And he did. So when he got his check, he paid me. Boom. Now, mind y'all, this is all in the same week. So first, my family went to jail that one day. The very next day, I lost my job. The very next day after that, I got into a car accident. So now my car is like, it's still like damaged. Like, it's looking terrible at the front. But he paid for like, I think it's the axle or the tire. It was something internal that I was able to pay for. Like, he could, I don't think he paid for, I don't remember, honestly, y'all. I don't even go get the line because I don't really remember, but he paid me. So anyways, fast forward, the guy who, okay, so the new owner of the house, we're moving on to that. Now, let me go back because I had already started conversing with this guy on a new property, right? So right prior, like maybe a couple months before I actually had to move, I had, or I actually wanted to move, I had met him. He was coming, like I said, he was coming fixing it up, and then he ended up telling me like that he had other properties that we could possibly look into moving into. And at that point, I'm like, I'm ready to own a house. Like, I always wanted to be a homeowner. That's my biggest goal in life. I always wanted to be a homeowner. I just love the idea of having my own house, decorating. I've never been able to decorate a house before. Like my upbringing was, you know, not good, and I was never in an environment where I was in a nice home and it was nice and clean and comfortable. Y'all wouldn't even understand like what I've been through. But anyways, I was just so happy to be a homeowner. I wanted to be a homeowner. So I asked him like, do you have properties or whatever? He's like, yeah, I sell houses and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do a mortgage. He was like, we can do a land contract. And I'm like, okay. I heard of those before. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's when you put a certain amount of money down and then you pay on it monthly until you pay it off, and then they sign the house over to you, basically one of those types of situations. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he ended up showing me, let's move on through the story. He ended up showing me this house, and I fell completely in love with it. Not only was I in love with the house, it was literally 2 minutes from my brother at the time. And me and my brother was really tight. I mean, we still tight, but you know, we was really close, like really, really close. Like we hang all the time. You know, we can't hang now because I live in another state. Y'all, the house was nice. Like it was really freaking nice for that era of time, and for me being only 22 23 years old. Yeah, it's like 22 23 years old. It was a nice house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it didn't need a lot of work. It really just needed a good paint job and a new kitchen cabinets and stuff like that. The cabinets and stuff was all ripped out, and like new tub, new sinks, stuff like that. Like not nothing like no roofing, no flooring, nothing like that. I definitely wanted, I was getting carpet. I had somebody, girl, let me tell y'all, like I had. So I told him yeah to the house, basically. I gave him $3,000 down. Let me go back up. The house was $10,500 is what he wanted for the house. Even me, and y'all, please don't be hard on me in the comments. I was young. Like I said, I didn't have a good childhood growing up. I wasn't really close to my mom, my dad, family. I wasn't really close to my family like that. Like we were cool, but they wasn't family. You know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't like your typical family that everybody would want to have. So I didn't know no better. So don't be hard on me in the comments. Anyways, I should have known that $10,500 was sounding crazy for this house in this neighborhood. Nice neighborhood, nice house. Y'all, the man was so believable. Okay, anyways, let me get to the story. So I had people coming over there. My uncle worked on houses for a living, so I had him coming over every day working on my house. I was not only paying him, but buying him food, plus buying stuff. I was buying paint, cabinets. I went to this place, so let me just give y'all the rundown. I went to this place called Habitat for Humanity. I don't know if y'all know about this place, but it's where like people take their stuff that they don't want no more, that's really in good condition, and they donate it to Habitat for Humanity, and then they sell it to the public. And majority of white people like give their stuff away. So you know how white people is, they keep their stuff up. So it'd be some nice shit in there, and then it'd be stuff like you can work on your house with, like flooring, carpets, ceiling fans, like stuff like that. And so I went in there and went bananas. You hear me? I bought so much shit. I probably spent over $1,000 in there. Like at the time, $1,000 is a lot of money at the time, and I had a job at the time. So I had bought like ceiling fans. I even bought dresser sets. I bought kitchen cabinets, TV stands. Like I bought hella shit for this house, y'all. So I bought all of this stuff at the house or whatever, and they held it for me. The house wasn't gonna, like, the house ain't gonna be ready for a couple months, and they was like, since I bought so much stuff, they would hold it to that time. So anyhow, I say I gave him 500. So I gave him 3,000 down, and I was giving him $500 a month. So at that point, so let me just stay on topic. So, like I said, my uncle was coming over there. I had a carpet man come and look at it and give me an estimate for the carpet. My friends would come over and we would paint. We would all paint over there. Like we was doing a lot of work to the house. So anyhow, one day, now let's fast forward. After I got into the car accident, maybe the couple days later, I went to the house. I would leave work. Let me go back. I would leave work early. Remember I told y'all it was easy to do stuff at that job. I would leave work, go work on the house, and then either go back and clock in or have somebody else clock me in, because the job wasn't that far from the house wasn't that far from the job either way. So I was happy about that too, because at first I was driving like 25-30 minutes to work every day, and then I took the time down to like 10-15 minutes. Anyways, I went to the house this day. I ain't got no job no more, so I went to the house, y'all, and it was this African man there, him and some guys. I thought that they was robbing me. So I went up to the door. I don't know why my little young dumb ass went up to that door, and the man could have killed me. But anyways, or God knows what. I went up to the door and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why y'all here? But why? He like, this is my house. You know, he's talking African or what did I? And I'm like, your house? I immediately called the guy who was in my house for like, hey, somebody over here at this house saying it's their house, blah, blah, blah. He pulls up immediately, right? Now they going back and forth about the house. I'm kind of in it, but I ain't kind of in it. I'm trying to just, stay back. I don't know what might pop off. Anyhow, long story short, the house was the African man's. Now, mind you, the guy who was selling me the house, he had a deed, and it was notarized. So everything looked legit to me. In his name was Calvin, I'll never forget. The African man had some type of African name, and he had a deed as well. But when you look at both of the deeds, the deed that the African man, they was kind of the same, but it was something that was different about it, the deed that the African man had. So it was the African man's house. And if that didn't make it more clear, we looked up, you can search houses on the internet or some junk like that. I don't remember exactly what we looked up, but it was in the African man's name. So this house was indeed the African man's, y'all. I was crushed. Do you hear me? Crushed. So not only did I put all this work into the house, like painting and all of that, I couldn't get a reimbursement from the African guy, because it was his house. Like, I did all this to his house. He could have paid me though. That would have been nice, but it wasn't nothing I could do. Like, it was over for me. That was it. Like, all the money that I put into the house was done. And I thank God, okay, I didn't put no cabinets or nothing in there yet. Everything was just getting painted. So, you got to paint and stuff before you do anything. But I did pay a lot of people to do stuff, like, when you get the paint off the wall, because the paint was so bad that it was like pulling off, like thick pieces was coming off of it. I bought drywall. Y'all bought so much shit. So I probably lost inside of the house, like physically doing stuff inside of the house. I probably lost a good $1,500 to $2,000, and that's just with stuff that I bought, painting and all that stuff, and paying my uncle and paying people to help me do stuff. So probably maybe $1,500, not even $2,000, maybe like a good $1,000 to $1,500. So anyhow, the guy was like, I didn't know, I'm sorry. So he didn't know as well. So he like, I'm gonna find you a new house immediately. So I'm like, okay, cool. So at this point, I had to move out of the apartment. It was well past over for me to move, because it started to smell like it's a freaking toilet and bathroom problem. So y'all know it started to stink. So I ended up moving in with my friend at the time. She had her own house or whatever. And so the guy is trying to find me houses. So he had been like showing me house after house. Y'all, I just can't believe this shit. He showed me house after house, and they were all the price for more than what the other house was, the African guy's house. That was $10,500. Every other house he showed me was like $14,000. I think the cheapest one was $12,000. And I'm just like, it wasn't worth it. Like, it cost for way more work. Like, some of them, you go in there and they were still like damn hoarded. Like, it was full of shit. Or it was like roofing problems, or just shit that was gonna cost me way more than what I'm paying for to even purchase the house. So it was like not even worth it. So it got to a point where I was just like, I don't even want the house no more. Like, I'm just like, just give me my money back and I'll figure it out from there. Y'all, I done stepped into a whole nother situation. Do you hear me? So I ended up calling the guy one day after I seen the last, whatever houses that he showed me and I wasn't pleased with it. I called him like, I'm not really pleased with the houses that you've been showing me. I'd rather just, get my money back. I don't even want a house no more. He's like, oh, it's not a problem to give your money back, but why you don't want to do it no more? And I'm like, I just don't, like, just give me my money back. And y'all wouldn't believe, I just recently deleted this man's messages. Just recently, like within this last year, I just deleted his messages. Like, that's crazy. But anyways, I'm like, I'm like not happy with the houses or whatever the case may be. He was like, all right, give me some time to make your money back and I'll bring it to you. So at first I was like, okay, whatever. He wanted to get the money from the apartment, the people, because it was the people still living in there. He was like, I'm gonna get the money from them and then I'll give you your money back. Okay, cool. He said the 3rd of the month. This all was going down during the summer. By the time it was like I left, it was like August or something like that, because I remember the timeline. So anywho, he was like, on the 3rd I'll give you your money. So okay, 3rd comes, I call him like, hey, you got some money got me? He like, no, my tenants ain't paid me. They late. They all like basically saying all of them was late on their rent this month. Okay, bro. All right, whatever. He like, give me to the 5th. That's when the late fee started applying, and a lot of people try to bring their money in before the late fee. All right, cool. Call him on the 5th. He like, they all ain't bringing no money still. Now I'm getting like irritated because like, what's up? Like, what's T money again? So the next month come. He basically was like, next month. The next month come. Same thing. The 5th of the next one come, he called me like, I got $700 for you. Okay, bring my money. So mind y'all, I had gave him $3,000 down, and then I had paid him like $500 for 2 months. So he owed me about $4,000 at the time, and he gave me $700, so which means he owed me $3,300. So I'm like asking him, I said, when I'm gonna get the rest of my money, or when I'm gonna get more of my money or whatever. Now I cannot remember when he did this, but he was like, he gave me, because he wanted to assure me that he was going to pay me my money back. I think it was in the beginning, before he even gave me $700. He had me take a picture of his ID with his address and everything on there, just so I would know that he wasn't trying to play me or whatever. So he like, I'll give it to you, I'm trying to give it to you when I get it, or whatever the case may be. Long story short, y'all, for time at the time, he stopped answering the phone like he would usually do. He stopped texting back, or he would just say, oh, I'm still going to give it to you, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm sick of his ass. I'm about to pull up at his motherfucking house. I get in the car one day. I never forget. It was raining down. I get in the car. I pull up to his house, y'all. And it ain't his house. He don't live there. Somebody else live in this motherfucking house. Y'all, when I tell y'all, at that point, I just knew, like, I got gypped out my motherfucking money. It was so fucking bold. Like, I had already lost it all, and then now I'm about to lose $4,000 almost, like $3,300. Like, he didn't live there. He stopped answering the phone. I think he got his even phone. I think he blocked me. I think at that point he blocked me because the call stopped going through. So I had never heard from him again. The apartment that he used to own, he didn't own it no more. He ended up selling it to somebody else. I told y'all the apartment kept getting sold by different owners and different owners and different owners. So ended up not owning the apartment no more. So I couldn't find him, y'all. I couldn't find him nowhere. And I was just hoping that one day I would run into this man. I've never seen him since. But deep down inside, I feel like he really didn't know. And I could be naive to think that, but he had a deed. I really, like, I'm a good choice of judgment on people. And I feel like he really didn't know. And he didn't have to give me, if he was trying to chip me out my money, he didn't have to give me at least $700. So I don't think his initial, he initially wanted to jip me. It's just he probably couldn't pay. And he didn't know what to say after that. So, but y'all, it was really fucked up. Like, I was fucked up for a while after that. Like, it was, now I was never sad or didn't cry because I had a light at the end of the tunnel, but it was just like I had went through a lot that week, y'all. It was terrible. Like, my family did end up getting out of jail because everybody kept asking me like what happened on TikTok, and I was like, I literally blew past my family situation because we close. Like, me and my brother was definitely close at the time. Me and my auntie okay, and then me and my mama okay, but they went to jail because the house got raided. They was all at this house, somebody's house, and I guess whatever was going on in the house, I do not know for sure. This is word of mouth. The house got raided. Everybody in the house had to go to jail. Y'all know how that go. So they sent everybody to jail, and then my mama and his baby mama ended up getting out the next day. And then I guess they thought my brother was accomplice, so he had to stay a little bit longer, but then he ended up getting out. So nothing really, went anywhere with that. I told y'all that my car he gave me the money for that. Never got that job back. I ended up, God had something better in store for me. Y'all know I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and that's where it led me to after that. Having my own, salon suite and everything. But that was very terrible for me, y'all. That was like one of the worst experiences that I've ever experienced. And for all of it to happen in 1 week is wild. And y'all would never believe, my best friend, I told y'all that's where I met her at. I would never forget this question that she asked me. She said, I don't see how you is not crying and breaking down. And even when she said it, I had a smile on my face. I was just like, what? I just feel like, what be the point of crying over spoiled milk? Like, why am I about to cry over all these little situations that happen? There's a lesson in here somewhere. And once I figure out the lesson, I'm gonna be okay. I know God got something better in store for me. Like, it's no need for me to be sad or cry about the house. It wasn't meant. The car, it had to be what it had to be. The job, it was what it was, and it wasn't meant for me to be there. God had something better in store for me, and I'm like that with any situation. Honestly, y'all, like, I always look at the good side of things. Like, it could be so much worse. Like, life could be so much worse, and for what I've been through growing up, these are minor. Like, I've been through a lot as a child growing up, and the situations that I faced as an adult, considered minor for me. So, like I said, after all of that stuff happened, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I ended up never getting my own house again. I think I got my own apartment later on. Like I said, started working in a salon, ended up going to cosmetology school, getting my license, then owning my own suite. So yeah, like, it was a light at the end of the tunnel, but that was like really, really crazy. Like, that was a really crazy story. But y'all, that was pretty much it for this little story time. If y'all like videos like this and y'all want to hear more about stuff that I've been through, let me know. I'm an open book. I love sharing stuff because I know that my experiences that I go through can ultimately help someone else. I know y'all hear that all the time, but it's so true. Like, it's harder to keep it in than it is to share it, because you just never know who you can help. And finding out that you helped somebody else in your traumatic situation always makes you feel better. Like, to know that you was able to help somebody else out of a situation that they might be currently going through or have been through, and you let them know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's never going to be this way forever. Always should put a smile on your face. So yeah, I do not mind sharing anything that I have been through or that I go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, this is where we at. We gonna sit here on this couch and chit chat about it. That's why it's called Couch Talk, okay? But y'all, that was pretty much it for this video. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for 1,700 subscribers. When I started my channel back, y'all, there's no way I thought that I was gonna grow that fast. Like, I literally grown all of y'all within this last 3 weeks. Like, that's crazy. When I first started back, I only had like 590 subscribers, and I'm at 1,700, headed to 1,800 as we speak. So I am so grateful and so thankful for y'all for staying here and subscribing to my channel and commenting. Make sure y'all like and comment the video, y'all, because y'all gotta let YouTube know that y'all like me, okay? They won't know unless you actually like the video and comment on the video. So please. And I will be doing a giveaway soon. I said I was going to do it at 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have a lot of people commenting or saying anything for me to even give something away to. Because I don't want to give it to, you know, just anybody. So, yeah, I'm going to do a giveaway very, very soon. I'm not going to label, I'm not going to put a subscriber number on it because I don't want to get to 2,000 and then y'all ain't commenting again. So, basically, that hamsters sound like that? Why do the hamsters sound like a rat? I've never heard a hamster sound like that before. And it better be just a fucking hamster. Anywho, y'all. Yes, don't forget to comment, like this video, share it with y'all friends that may be going through something similar. But I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Good night.